Does NASCAR have a new gimmick for the future? We're soon to find out.
3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Todd Brown, That Racing Show. Thanks for dropping by for this pit stop segment. Now, if you have not heard the news already, here you go. NASCAR is reportedly in discussions with Dodger Stadium about holding a NASCAR event at the stadium in the very near future. Now, a lot of the speculation, obviously, right now, is that this would be the Busch Clash, as the 3-year deal with the LA Coliseum has run its course, and kind of looking like it's not going to go back to the LA Coliseum, as far as the Busch Clash, anyway. And, all this stems off from the whole thing with Fontana, the uncertainty about what's going to happen there in the future, but it's obvious. One thing is definitely obvious right now, that NASCAR is honed in on hitting this demographics of the LA market, and it's one of the biggest markets in the United States, so it's very obvious they want to be in there. They want to draw fans in and keep building this West Coast market that they're doing right now. And this is not the first time somebody's talked about racing at Dodger Stadium. In fact, the Formula E series has considered racing there themselves, and it's something that possibly could be happening here, maybe even this year, or at least in the very near future. But again, this is all new, and there's nothing but speculation right now. Let's just say that NASCAR nor Dodger Stadium have responded to any comments for answers to these questions or anything like that. There's nothing saying whether it's going to be a racetrack built inside of the stadium, or whether it would be something built in the parking lot, such as a road course, or if it would be something that would utilize the stadium itself and the road course or the parking lot for a road course option. But a lot of questions, so many questions right here about what they would do. Obviously, it's a big enough place with the parking lot and everything else to make something like this happen. And again, it's definitely the market that they want to be in. Now, this has led to a lot of people discussing a lot of things about the LA market itself and utilizing a racetrack that is already there. And there are some nice ones out there. And one of the ones that keeps popping up is Irwindale Speedway, which is just about 30 minutes away from Los Angeles. And Irwindale is a half mile, 6-degree banking with 12-degree banking, banking in the corners. And, thing is right here, 6,000 seats at the racetrack. And this is something, though, where NASCAR could come in and utilize this racetrack, bring in the seating and everything else, and put some money into the market and this racetrack to make a Busch Clash event happen there at that speedway itself. And that's the questions. That's so much, because NASCAR they're putting so much money into these exhibition races like this to see what happens. If you look at the money that they spend at the LA Coliseum developing that racetrack there, I mean, it cost $1 million alone just to put the asphalt down to come right back up. And then if you look at all the expenditures that went into Chicago, obviously NASCAR is not scared to take the risk right now, because in their minds, this is a new NASCAR. This is a new crowd base, and they're trying to draw them in. So they're experimenting with so many new things. And I mean, I got to say, apparently it's working in so many ways, because the ratings this year have been up. People are watching the racing. And I don't know. But here's the other thing. So many people are talking about this racetrack right here. And I'm going to tell you, this is something that I would like to see personally. And this is Kern County Raceway Park, known now as Kevin Harvick's Kern County Raceway Park. And this racetrack has 15,000 seats in it right now. It can accommodate 17,000 seats for a special event as it is. And this itself, again, this is a half-mile racetrack, 8-degree bankings down the straights and 14 degrees in the corners. ARCA West is already running there. As you can see right here, some really great racing takes place at this racetrack. Very nice facility. And the other cool thing about this racetrack is there is a third-mile clay oval on the property as well. And man, this could be a really big weekend if they did something like this, because you could also have dirt track racing. You could have so many different forms of racing that could be out there on the clay track running as well as the Clash, if that's what they're looking at doing. And if you look at this last year, we're bringing NASCAR Mexico to the Coliseum. They're obviously looking at experiment when bringing other forms of racing together like this. So, man, in my opinion, why not do something like this? Why not put this money into Kern County Raceway, expand the seating, and make it a whole weekend event for dirt track racers and for NASCAR lovers as well. But here's the big problem about this is Kern County Raceway is located around 3 hours roughly from Los Angeles. So this kind of defeats the purpose of trying to stay in the LA market. But again, this is something that it's all speculation right now. This is all rumors, but obviously there's something to this, and I'm sure it's something that we're going to be finding out in the very near future because of all the talk that's going on about it. If you get on any of the social media platforms right now, you're going to continue to hear this more than anything right now with NASCAR because so many people are talking about it. People in LA are excited about something like this happening. And the one question I have right here, too, that I would like to personally see happen is while all this is going on, while the future of Fontana is still in question, while there needs to be another track developed in one capacity or another to have, if it is the Clash, happen at one of these, why not bring this to Rockingham for 1 year? Why not give Rockingham a shot to see what it can do? What kind of crowd are the tracks? What type of racing that we have? It's an exhibition race, so it would be so cool to see Rockingham come to life again. See something like this happen, just like what happened at North Wilkesboro with the All-Star race. I know a lot of people have their varied opinions on this, but I think it would be really cool for NASCAR itself to show the historical side of the Speedway and build off something like this and see what it could do in the future. If Rockingham would deserve a race back on the schedule in the future. So a lot of things here to talk about to see what's going to happen. And speaking of North Wilkesboro, Goodyear is going out there to do a tire test. So I'm really excited to see what's going to take place there this year, what kind of racing we have, and again, just what the future is for North Wilkesboro itself, because if Fontana falls off here, that's an open date. So a lot of different options that could happen with this racing. And one of the other things I just want to finish up here with is the West Coast swing for the NASCAR owners. They've said this, they've stated this, that going out west for the Clash itself and then having to turn around and come back to Daytona, it puts a lot of pressure on them. It's the same expenses as it is going to any other race across the season, but because it is an exhibition race, it pays nowhere near like the real race season does. And this is a huge expenditure for these guys. So something that's all in the mix. All of this is going to have to be talked about, discussed, and I'm sure we're going to find out all the details here in the very near future. But anyways, man, what do you think? What are your thoughts on this? Is this a cool idea to make something like this happen? Do you think this would be something to draw in new fans to NASCAR that would stay fans of NASCAR, or would it just be a gimmick that would pay off for a race and then not continue to build the fans? But so much to talk about, so much to look forward with all this speculation right now. If you like what I'm doing here, give the channel a subscribe. Would love that. Appreciate it. Give the episode here a like. And more than anything, give me your thoughts. What do you think about this? Do you think that something like this would be cool to see it happen at Dodger Stadium? Obviously, in the past, Miami did the same thing around Dolphin Stadium, and turned out to be pretty cool. So a lot here that we need to talk about. But throw them comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. And, man, hope everybody out there is off to a great week. And as always, we'll see you at the checkered flag.